Okay, let's start with the review, the first review for social studies. Remember, you are not going to copy in this class, but you can have your notebook to check the annotations. All this information you already copied in the previous weeks. So let's review types of maps. This presentation is already uploaded in Schoology in week number 8, so you can use also this presentation to study for the exam. So week number 8 on Schoology, you can find the presentations that you can use to study for the exams. And also, you have this information in your notebook, remember. Now, we're going to review types of maps. Who remember the information that you write it in your notebook about types of maps? Remember the maps, we have different types of maps.
Map.
Tell me, Colette. What is a map?
Map is a representation usually a flat surface as of the features of the iris zone. A portion of the hardened showing then easier perspective from and sizes.
Excellent, Colette. That's the meaning of map. What is a map? It's a representation. Remember, a map is a representation that is usually a flat surface of the features of an area of the earth. It can be also a portion of the heavens showing the respective forms. That's a map. A representation, it's a flat representation of the earth and the heavens. So we have different maps. We have different types of maps. If you remember, we talked about the political map. This is one of the types of maps. The political map, it shows the borders. Show the borders of what? Remember that here we have the picture of the political maps. It shows the countries, the states, the counties, the cities, the roads, the buildings, and all the human elements. This is an example of political map. This is a political map of the United States. Why? Because if you notice, these maps is divided into states. We can see the 50 states of the United States here represented in this map. So using this map, you can identify where is located, for example, Texas. You know where is Texas? Where is Minnesota? Where is Washington? So using this map with the political representation, we can see or identify where are located these states. This is a political map. Don't forget the political map divides the country into states. In our case, in Honduras, a political map, we're going to have the map of Honduras, and it's going to divide our country into 18 departments, right? Because we have 18. So that's going to be a political map. The second map that we have, the second type of map, is a physical map. What is a physical map? Remember, a physical map shows the location, physical features, landforms, bodies of water, resources like this. This is a physical map. In this map, we have different mountains. We have also some rivers. We have rivers. We have mountains. So all this information, all these landforms, we can find in the physical maps. It describes where it's located. For example, here, the Great Plains. Look here. We can identify in this map, it's different from the physical map. The first one shows the states of the United States. But look this, the physical map, it doesn't divide the country into states. It divides the country, or it shows the country with all the landforms, the bodies of waters that are in this place, this country, these countries. Here we can see also the legend that it describes what it's represented here on the map. Look here. We have all this land force and the physical map. Don't forget, political map divides a country into states, countries, and that's the political representation. Physical map is different. It shows the land force, the physical features, and the bodies of water. Now, the number 3 is the climate map. What is a climate map? Remember, it represents the weather. It represents the weather patterns in the area that has been observed over a long period, like this. The climate map, it shows how it's the climate in this continents. The world. For example, here we have color blue is the polar, so that's the polar climate. It has been observed for a long time ago, and they here represent through this map how is the climate in those places. How it's here. Look here in the United States where you see that it's also green. It's temperate. We have different countries with this color. What about Honduras? Which color is here Honduras?
Red. It's
Red.
tropical.
It's tropical, that's right.
Please copy this.
You don't have to copy. You already copied. It's tropical, that's right, it's tropical. So the weather in this country that you see as in Honduras in red, it's tropical. It is like here in Honduras. So that's a climate map. You don't have to copy this. You already copied this information in your map. So these are the 3 types of maps that we're going to learn. Physical, political, and climate map. Now, remember that also we talk about parts of a map. A map can have different parts that help us to learn more about or to read the map. For example, number 1, we have the map title. What is the map title, class? What is the map title?
We have to write this.
Oh, you don't have to copy anything, I tell you. You already copied this. If you check your notebook, you are going to see all this information in your notebook. You already copied this information. Now, remember that a map title is this, United States of America. It is showing you what is the map about. If you read the title, United States of America, you know that the map is going to be about this country. So, you know that's the first information that you give, okay? This map is going to be about the United States. Now, the map title, remember, it's on top. It's at the beginning of the map. All the maps must have a title. Because imagine if you have a map without title, you're not going to know what is about this map. Imagine that you have here another country and you don't know what is the name of the country. It's going to be difficult, but if you have the name of the country or the name of the title, the map title, it's going to be easier for us to identify what we are talking about or what we're going to see in this map. So with the map title here, we know that this is the map of the United States. We have more information here on the map, but this is the map title. Look here, we have a lot of information included on the map. They are parts of the map. A second part is the map key or legend. What is a map key? Remember that it explains the symbols of the map. What does it stand for? For example, in this map, okay, here we don't have it. But all the maps, most of the maps, they can have a map key or legend that it's on the left side. It can be on the left side, on the right side, the symbols. For example, you see the symbol, you know that it's about a lake. So if the map have this symbol, you know that it's a lake. If you see this picture on the map, you identify that it's describing that in that place of the map, there are forests. It might be a forest. And all these representation, take a look of these symbols, class. Take a look of these symbols. Mountains, What happens if you see a map of the United States with these representations? You know that it represents mountains. So even though you don't have the word mountains inside of the map, you know that there is a mountain because you know that this is the symbol for that. This is the symbol for caves, for political borders, roads, for a river. The river, remember that, well, in this case is black, but it must be on blue because in this way we know that it's a river. It's a river. Here we have these are some legends, map symbols. We have more examples here. What happens if you see a tree on the map? You know that there is a park. It must be a park there in that place. If you see this letter, it's a gas station. So this is a gas station key. What about this?
Campground.
Campground, that's right. So if you see this representation inside of the map of the United States, you know that in that place there is a campground. What about this too?
Round and round. Wow.
That's
Wow.
right. So these representations we can find it on the map of a map.
Okay.
In a map that it can be, for example, in the mountains. Remember, we have political, physical, and climate maps. In which of these three types of maps you can find this symbol, the mountains? In the political, physical, or climate map? According to the descriptions. Political, remember, divides the country into states. Physical, it describes the map into landforms, physical landforms. And the climate, it shows the representations of the weather. It must be in a physical map. Physical maps, you can find mountains, remember. Now, let's see number 3. What is number 3 of parts of the map?
Compass rose.
Compass rose. What is a compass rose?
A part of the map that shows the cardinal. North, east, north, south, east, and west. And the intermediate. Northeast, southeast, northwest, northwest, and southeast.
That's right, directions. A compass rose, it shows the directions. Where is the north? What is the south? The east and the west. Look at this. This is a simple compass rose. With this rose, we know what is the north, what is the south, what is the east and the west. Tell me, Caleb.
En Spanish, más conocido, brújula.
That's right. So here with this, we can know where is the north, south, east, and west. But if you can notice, here we have different also compass rose. In this compass rose, we can have the intermediate directions. Look this. We have the north and the east. In the middle of the north and the east, we have this point that is the northeast. That's right, northeast.
Northwest.
Then we have the east and the south. The middle and the middle of the east and the south, we have the southeast. We have the southeast. It's made of south and east. Now here we have the south and the west. On the middle of the south and the west, we have this point that is the southwest. These are the intermediates, the southwest. And on the middle west and north and west, we have the northwest. So the north and west, in the middle of them, we can create this direction, northwest. So this is the compass rose. This is the compass rose, no simple compass rose. We have north, south, east, and west. Now, if we want to know the intermediate directions, we need a compass rose like this. Identify it, but we can remember, we can represent this north and south like this. North it represents with the letter N, south with letter S, east with letter E, and west with W. What about northeast? How's going to be the abbreviations for northeast? Northeast is going to be the abbreviation, the letter N and the letter east. That's northeast. How can we abbreviate the southeast? Southeast, S-E, that's right. How's going to be the abbreviations for southwest?
Southwest.
S-W. That's the way, southwest. And for northwest,
And
N-W, that's right. So sometimes we can see a compass rose like this, just with the abbreviations, or we can find a compass rose with the complete word. So it's important for us to identify that this NE stands for northeast. This NW stands for northwest, because that's what it means. That's what it means. That is a compass rose, remember? It shows the cardinal and intermediate directions. We can find this on a map. Okay, also we have another part of the map that is the scale. What is a scale? Look here, we have a scale. It's a linear scale.
Usually present on most maps. It tells us on how much map distance represents a certain real distance.
Yes, that's right. So this is the map scale. Look this. This is a linear scale. You can see that it has two colors. Which colors?
Black and white.
Black and white. That's the map scale. It's black and white. You can find it here on the bottom of the map. And it tells the distance from the map, but in real distance. It's just a representation, this scale. And also here, as you can notice, here we have the map key. Map key, all the symbols, what it means, all the symbols for this map. Don't confuse. Map scale is this, the linear that you see with the two colors, linear scale. Also, we have on a map, we can find a grid. What is a grid?
Historic lines to help locate specific place on a map. The grades on maps are the imaginary lines of latitude. The final word?
Latitude and longitude.
Latitude and longitude.
That's right. They are intersecting lines. That's a grid. Intersecting lines that help us to locate a specific place. For example, this, look this. We have the intersecting points. We have we have the south, the north, the east, and the west, longitude. But also we have some lines. Here we have the picture, in the picture, lines of longitude. It tells that these are the lines. Latitude. We have the lines of latitude. So when we want to find the intersecting point, for example, of a place, if you remember, we made some exercises, also one homework about this. We need to write the latitude and the longitude for these places. So we find the intersecting point here, for example, here, the intersecting point. If it is here, we need to find where it's located and the latitude, or the line of latitude and the line of longitude to find a place. So the grid helps us for that. The grid helps us to identify where is located one place using these imaginary lines. We cannot see these lines. They are just imaginaries, and they are helpful for us to study the world, to study the maps.
I have a
Question.
I will say this para mí. ¿Cómo la gente descubrió que hay líneas invisibles si no se ven?
That's a good question. How they discovered these lines if they cannot see it? Well, With the investigation with the studies, they created this. Imaginary lines to study better the word. People, they used to believe that the word it was just flat, But they study a lot, and they find out that the word is like this. It rotates, so it is not flat. We are connected. If you are here, you can be connected to the other word because there is a connection. It's not just flat. So with a lot of study, a lot of investigation, they find out this color. They find out, and now we need to study all this information to know how they did it. Now, remember, these are the parts of the maps that I mentioned. Now, before we go, class, who can tell me the 3 types of maps that we studied? The 3 types of maps.
Midwest.
No, 3 types of map. Remember, we have political map.
Physical map, climate map.
Climate map. Excellent. That's the 3. There are the 3 types of map. Who can tell me the 5 parts of a map?
West, Midwest, Northeast,
No.
Southeast,
5 parts of a map.
Southwest.
5 parts of a map. Scarlett, you say 1. The compass rose, that's right.
The grade, the scale,
The grid,
Map tail.
map scale, that's right. What else? The key, remember they can have a key and legend. A title, a map needs a title. Excellent. Now, who can tell me the four basic directions of a compass rose?
north, east, and west.
South, north, east, west.
Excellent. Now, tell me the 4 intermediate directions.
Northwest,
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 southwest,
southwest, and
Midwest.
southeast.
Midwest, you are describing the regions of the United States. Okay, when we're talking about Northwest, Northeast,
And southwest.
Excellent, excellent. Now, don't forget to study in your notebook, or you can use these presentations that I already uploaded to Schoology. Questions before we go, class? No? Remember, you don't have homework in social studies, but if you're missing one homework, you need to work on that. Okay, so let's finish the class here. Bye-bye. See you next class.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.